Mm-hmm.
You don't need to pay attention to me. I'm not even here.
Alafia, I guess I just popped up.
All right. Break a leg.
Alafia. Alafia. Mariposa. Hello. Ibukami. Alafia, good people. Let me put my glasses on. You all know I've been fortunate enough with the help of my friends to get my new glasses so that when I put them on, if I get rid of the smudges, I'll actually be able to see y'all. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Hello. Hello, Rita, George, Paloma, my beautiful pigeon. Annie, Alafia, good people. Thank you for being with me tonight. Tonight is a very, very special night. We are sitting under a full supermoon in Libra on the spring equinox. Okay. We have had some supermoons and some amazing times this past year, but this is one not to be missed at all. Okay. You got to do something. If it is no more than go outside and look at the moon and let her illuminate your face, don't miss absorbing this energy. Now, let me tell you, with it being the spring equinox is always a time of renewal. It is a time of renewal, a time to make new beginnings, you know. It is the beginning of Aries, which is the spark, the first spark of fire. It is the baby. And Belvy, hey, Belvy, how you doing? It's so good to see you. Oh, wow. Yeah, so I was saying, you know, Aries is the spark. It is innocent. It is primal. And, you know, it is fire. It's the beginning of fire. Libra, which is, you know, these are the cardinal signs, right? You know, Libra is the scales. And we, with the scales, we ask for balance. Julia, good to see you. Amanda. So think about this. Leah, hi. We have so much going on right now. I think I told you all last time about the influence of Jupiter, you know, where from the past December, and this is very, very important, you subtract 12 years, because that's the Jupiter cycle, right? So that put us in 2006. You take a look at what was going on in 2006, right? And anything that did not go right, that's left unfinished, or that you felt failed back then, you're going to be wanting to release that, okay? Get over the heartbreak, let go of the disappointment, you know, take a look at the unfinished projects, you know, some of that stuff, we just gonna have to let it go, okay? But the trick with Jupiter is that you take a look at what is still good, what is still desirable, or what you could still do, and you bring that into the present with the commitment that you are going to spend the next 12 months working on manifesting that which still serves you. And there is no better night than tonight to sit down and write those things out. What are your aspirations at this point? You know, what is it that you can really see yourself doing for the next 12 months, knowing that you'll get some more energy at each of the, at the summer solstice, at the autumn equinox, and then again at the winter solstice. But tonight is primal, Tonight is a night when you need to treat yourself like a newborn baby who's starting out all over again. Okay. Now, Janet, hi, Sandy, Abidoye. Okay. Okay, good. Here's the thing, people. Y'all know that I always have to give you the whole picture and tell you the whole truth so that, this will get you through the week. You do this work tonight and tomorrow night, and you'll start to feel the difference. Here's the two things to be aware of. Aries is fiery, Aries is the spark, okay? And the spark has to have fuel in order to burn. Otherwise, you just get the flint like that. And if it doesn't have any wood or any paper to connect to, if you strike a match, but there's nothing to burn, then, the fire goes out. Okay. For those of us like me who have strong Aries in our chart, for everybody in general, but for those of us who have strong Aries in our chart, you can't get so mad. You can't blow up so bad that you end up saying, forget it, I ain't gonna do this. This is too much, okay? No, you got to slow down, right? And really let yourself feel what it is that you want and that it is valuable, okay? We tend to be more patient with things that we know are really important and really valuable. Okay, so that's the Aries piece of it. You got to have something to burn. You can't just think, be inspired, and then no backup. You got to have some backup. You have to have something to burn on. The moon, which, pulls on the blood in our veins and the liquid of the planet. This planet is mostly water. You're going to feel yourself wave. Jude, good to see you, baby. You're going to feel yourself rocking and reeling emotionally. And that's all right. If it's taking you, down a little bit, if you feel like, it is, you're looking at heartbreak or something like that, go ahead and look at it, because that wave is going to change and clean water will come in. Duane, I need to talk to you. Email me, baby. So, don't deny your emotions. I don't care what sign you are. Don't deny your emotions. Take a look at them. Let yourself feel them, okay? And release anything that is not, making you feel good, and begin to work on increasing your good feeling. Now, y'all know I'm an Aries. I'm a Oshun child, so I'm always looking for what's going to feel good, look good, taste good, smell good, that kind of thing. The next place we have to go, and I'm so glad Duania is on here, because she's somebody who does amazing numerology work. She did some numerology for me, which really put me back on track. But I got to talk about the Libra influence. Libra tries so hard to balance everything, okay? And I want to show y'all, see this here? This is not balance. This is stasis. This is balancing. Know that there's some up and some down, but make sure that there's as much up as there is down, right? You know, if you do that, you got a mess. And if you do that, you got a mess. You see what I'm saying? So the Libra influence sometimes makes it hard for us to decide. Well, if I do this, it ain't gonna be right. If I do that, it ain't gonna be right. And this can be a real trial because it's a super moon. We tend to be super emotional. But now you've been told, hi, Kathy, I ain't seen you in a long time. Oh my goodness, how wonderful. How wonderful. So folks, you know, I have a very full schedule this year. I'm going to be 71 on April 20th. And I think I told y'all before, I celebrate my birthday for a whole month. Okay. So we'll talk about birthday presents in a minute. First, I wanna tell y'all that I'm gonna be skipping about most of this year, and I would like to be able to meet you in person. I have online classes. You know, I have the class in the Elements of Ritual, which is starting up, and you can still get in that by going to my website and get it at the early bird rate. Okay. I have the casting lots, which is learning about oracles. We're going to go through I Ching, tarot, and then throw in 4 pieces of coconut, which is where we talk to ancestors and orishas with that oracle. But here's the important thing. We want to do the online classes, but I also want to see your face, put my hands on you, have us talk and feel each other, okay? So that the technology is okay, but it isn't sufficient for spiritual, you know, transmissions. So the way I've been structuring things is I have public events and I have private events, okay? Some of you who are my students or who are members of the extended family probably received an exclusive invitation for a ritual that is happening the first week of April. Those of you who have received that, you know who you are, and I will be glad to see you there. Okay, I'll be glad to see you there. Those of you who are in the Bay Area, please know that on Sunday, the 14th of April, I'm going to be at the Center for Sacred Studies in Guerneville. I'm very pleased to say that the Center for Sacred Studies survived the flooding that went on in Guerneville. Lots of prayer in that place. And I'm going to be doing that day, I'm going to be doing a workshop entitled Ocam, Healing the Heart. I know that a lot of people, the people that I've encountered, there's a lot of heartbreak going on. You know, people are feeling poorly. People are feeling lonely. You know, everywhere I go, people say, I need community or I feel unloved. Okay. Some of this has to do with too much of our relationships has been taken up by texting, by being on Facebook, by, you know, tweeting, by, you know, this thing, they got something called Tinder or something, Tinder, where people are distressed because they've been swiped left, you know. I also, as I'm traveling around, I encounter people who want their spiritual development, but feel like they have no community. Okay. And you really can't develop without community. You know, we're gregarious creatures, and we need each other's energy. So those of you who are in Northern California, meet me at the Center for Sacred Studies. Meet me at the Center for Sacred Studies on the 14th of April if you need work done on your heart. Okay. We need to feel better. I saw a news item the other day that said among young people, loneliness is as much a plague as the opioid epidemic, and that should not be. That should not be. We have to address that. And then, you know, on my website, you all will see that I have a schedule. Okay, April, May. In May, I have the Sacred Waters event right outside of Nashville. You'll be able to connect with that. In June, I am at the International Herbal Symposium in Massachusetts. In July, I believe it's July, I'm going to be at the Institute of Noetic Sciences in Oakland, and with a wonderful group of women in New York. And I'll get that we just firmed that up today. I'll get that on the website. And then in August is the Afro Botany Conference in Costa Rica. You know, Costa Rica is so beautiful, y'all. It is so, so beautiful. If you can join me there, that would be wonderful, especially if you're an herbalist or a healer. Okay. But if you can't make Costa Rica in August, in September, Leilani Byerly, my good friend of 20 years, who's a Hawaiian kahuna, we are doing a sacred sites tour to Hawaii. And we really are connecting with the elders there, with the sacred hula, with the history of the place. And we'll be doing ritual at the volcano, at the ocean, and in the taro fields. You know, taro is one of those ancient plants that we really want to recognize that. Okay. Now, so that's September. The bottom of October, beginning of November, I will be in New Orleans. You know, I forgot something. I'm going to be in New Orleans May 17 through 19 with the New Orleans Story Project. Okay. And also possibly, we got to talk about it, doing an art workshop with Shiloh Sophia. You know, there's a lot of things coming up, and I'd like to see you there. I'd like to see you there. Leah is my administrative assistant, and so I want to say, if you are in a community where there are people who want hands-on spiritual experience, get a hold of Leah, okay, so that we can talk about what your need is, so that I can figure out how to come where you are, okay, get that in my schedule. If you can't make Oakland or Nashville or Hawaii, you know, or Costa Rica, with enough time, I will come to where you are, with the purpose not only of, you know, doing divinations, performances, teaching workshops, but also helping people to organize themselves in their communities. Okay, we got to get rid of this loneliness thing. That really is not good. And everybody has something that they can contribute, you know, so we want to organize ourselves in such a way that we are all prospering from being together. Now, I want to tell you all several other things. Soon, like today is the 20th, on the 26th of March, I want you to watch for your email, watch for Facebook, because I will be announcing, promoting the Shift Network is doing a summit on healing practices, and I have a spot in there, and there's a amazing gathering of people. You don't want to miss that. So I'll be putting that. I will generally try to keep y'all abreast of the good stuff that's happening, that I'm connected to. I also want to call your attention to the fact that I have a Patreon page. Okay. Try to go to my Patreon page, and you'll see that contributions can be made at different levels, right? And you receive certain kinds of input at various levels. So, sometimes you'll learn a song, sometimes you'll get a visualization, other times you'll get a video. It depends on, what level you commit to. Now, what's good about Patreon is that you can pledge $10 a month, and every month, that will come in, okay? And this is one of the places where if the Patreon page goes well enough and there is steady money, Monica, hi, baby, and there is steady money coming in, this makes it easier for me to have the funds to design the community events. Right now, most of the community events that I have, it's a situation where somebody else has hired me, and I'm trying to get you to come and be a part of it. I would really like to be able to say to everybody that at least twice a year, in spring, okay, and in fall, I would like to be able to say that I will have the wherewithal to have a big ritual in wonderful places where 200-300 of us can get together. So that's the kind of thing that I am aspiring to. The other thing I want to tell you is that, this Libra supermoon with this Aries, good for starting things. The Venus-Mars combination, Venus-Moon-Mars combinations that we've got going on here. Aries, this inspiration, the beauty of Libra. This is a wonderful time to write. Them poems that you've been hiding, the ones that you've been talking to yourself about writing, but you haven't written, those stories, that play that you've been sitting on, I want to say it is time to start. And you're not alone, because I also do editorial consulting. I can help you get through over the writer's block and the self-criticism that often stops us from doing those kinds of things. And believe me, at this point, I've written 6 books and I've got 14 works in progress in the computer. Some days all I can do is go in there, open up one of them, and write for half an hour or an hour. But you got to keep it going. My website is www.yayayluisatish.com. YeYeLuisatish.com. Okay. The email is yeyeluisatish@gmail. Yes, Tanya, it's time for you to get back to your work. I'm not going to give away her plot, but Tanya's working on something that's really fine. It's really, really fine, you know. And I said this at another taping. People hear me real clear. There's a lot of stuff these days about fake news, okay? And there has been so much lying for so long that we begin to wonder what really is history. His story. The only way that future generations are going to know the truth of everyday life is if everyday people write about their life. Let me say that again. The only way that future generations are going to know the truth about everyday life is for everyday people to write about their life. See, and we're no longer in a place where we have to wait for the big boys to decide what gets published, right? We are no longer in a situation where they can edit our voices out. Okay. I remember being in a record store in Berkeley a few years ago, and there were two young men looking through some records, and they came upon some oldies but goodies or something, and they started talking, and I overheard one of them say, "Yeah, well, you know, Richard Nixon was a good man who stepped down for the good of his country." And I had to say, "Brother man, excuse me. You talking about Tricky Dick, okay? I was there. Let me tell you the truth about what was going on at that time, okay? Let me tell you the life of a young black woman at that time." Because, you know, he's sitting up in the university, he's got a conservative history professor who's altering the facts, okay? And we have that problem seriously right now, okay? Keep your eyes open for the impact that this kind of stuff may have on you. The climate that we are in, the political climate that we are in, is one of hate and division. And I think it's been said we're better than that. We're more than that. And if I know you, you're somebody who's reaching for spirit, for spiritual development, okay? And so we have to hold to each other. We have to share what we know, okay? Now, I know sometimes people will say, "Well, you know, I don't have much. I don't really know. I don't know what my share is," okay? Give me 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes with you, and I will pull that off of you so that you can get to work, because we need each other. We really, really do. And, you know, with different personalities and different powers, I say this: the sister here who needs to go do something vigorous, You know, I don't have the energy that I used to have, so I'm not out there running with her. Okay. But I can watch her children while she go take care of business. That's support. I can cook her a meal while she go take care of that. She can come back and let me know what the vigorous people were doing. You know, we have to understand that, you know, our energies are networking. Everybody has value. Iyao! Iya Fayomi. There's a wise woman. Y'all really need to listen to that sister. When she posts something, you want to pay attention. Okay. That brings me to another thing. I know that I'm not really directing this to you all who are here, but I want y'all to know that a few weeks ago, I had to do a posting on my Facebook page to say this. When somebody comes in onto my Facebook page, it's the same as if you were walking in my house. Okay. And I got some rules in my house, you know. You take your shoes off and you leave your isms at the door along with your shoes. Racism, sexism, elitism, all of that, you know. When you come in my house, it's about teach, learn, share. And everybody has something to contribute, you know. I get some of the best research in the world from some of the postings that people do on my Facebook page. Y'all are doing a wonderful job of keeping me informed. Ever so often, somebody dares to sit in my house and talk ugly to my other guests. Okay. And they know that I'm not on Facebook every day, and they slide that stuff in there. I went on one day and there was some pro-Nazi crap on my Facebook page. You know, anytime y'all run into something like that, you know that that's not me. Okay. And when I find out about it, whoever that is, I'm gonna block them. And in some cases, I'll hunt them down and show up at their door. But we don't have time for that. This is a platform where we, yes, some home training. Okay. This is a platform that where we need to teach, learn, share with each other. I love the fact that I can reach my sisters in New Zealand, and I can reach my sisters in Ghana, and I can reach my sisters all over the planet through this medium. But we have to behave as if we are sitting in each other's house. I know I done ran my mouth a lot. Yes, Monica, I'm the lady you met in not Galveston. Were we in Galveston? I thought we were in Houston. Oh, no. Leah had the vacation in Galveston. So y'all met in Galveston. I understand there's a beach there. Okay. So people, as it starts to get warm. Tashia. Hey, sister. Wonderful to see you. Wonderful to see you. This is wonderful. You see, it is a beautiful way for us to get together. I'm trying to figure out if there was something I wanted to talk to y'all about that I haven't. I talked about the schedule, the trips. I talked about the moon and the and Mercury and all of that stuff that's going on. Talked about the sacred sites tours, the classes, the Patreon, the Shift Network thing that's coming up. You can sign up for divinations. Yes, yes, Monica, we were in Houston. We were definitely we were at Christy's house. Yeah, yeah. I see Tracy, Rosemary, Andito Ferry. Hello, hello, everybody. Now I know that I've been running my mouth for quite a bit here. I think the proper thing to do at this point is to ask Christy Laurent. That's whose house we were at. The Climate Reality Project, Reality Hub. Yeah, people, there's a thing called common sense, which ain't so common these days. Anybody looking at hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, avalanches, mountain, something's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny climate change. You cannot. Let's not waste time denying reality. Let's deal with the mistreatment of our mother. The way the ocean, the way that I can't even talk. I can't even talk. The mistreatment of water makes me crazy. The fact that there are people on the planet who don't have clean water, I take that personally. That, and the fact that there are people uh, starving when large amounts of food are being thrown away. So, I know that you all are the people who are addressing this. Okay. And I want you to know that no act is too small. No act is too small. Everything is valued. Is valued. Okay. Now, do you all have any questions or anything you want to tell me? Because I think I've been running my mouth for a while. No? Everything. Oh, I got to share my little song with you. When things get tough, I have this little ditty that I do where I bend my knees and stick my butt out, right? And so to shuffle my feet, and it says, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Oh, yeah. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. All right, y'all. I'll see you next week. I usually say try to behave yourself, but what I mean is be and have. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.